January 3rd council meeting. Jackie, will you please call the roll? Oh, I'm sorry, not yet. I'm ahead of my whole agenda. All right. Pledge of Allegiance and moment of silence. During the moment of silence, just prayers for the new year for our city, and please keep Damar Hamlin and the Buffalo Bills and all the players in our prayers tonight also.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Now, Jackie, will you please call the roll?
Yes, Mayor. Mayor Evans,
Here.
Vice Mayor Russell,
Here.
Mr. Mitchell, Mr. Parrish,
Here.
Ms. Cooper,
Here.
Mr. Redmond,
Present.
Ms. Chamberlain.
Here. All right, thank you. We get to begin tonight with a exciting, oh, sorry, make a motion to excuse Mr. Mitchell.
So motion.
Second.
Ms. Chamberlain,
Yes.
Mr. Redmond,
Yes.
Ms. Cooper,
Yes.
Mr. Parrish,
Yes.
Ms. Russell,
Yes.
Ms. Evans.
Yes.
Thank
Sorry, I can't stay on track tonight. I'm so excited about our recognition, I guess. So we have a special recognition tonight for Lucas Hardifer. So if you want to come to the podium, and you'll be joined by the police and fire as well. Come on up. We're excited to have you here.
Well, Lucas, congratulations on doing a great job the other night. The crew that was actually here until about a minute ago was the crew that was on duty. Most of them were on duty the other night when the situation arose. And so I wanted you to have a chance to meet them, but they unfortunately got called away. But we want to thank you for doing the right thing. We like to think that every young person can recognize a situation where additional help is needed and step up and do the right thing. And I certainly appreciate the fact that you managed to, without knowing it, live by our fire department's motto, which is it's all about the community. We all have to take care of each other, and when somebody steps up and does the right thing, like you did, or somebody's choking at a restaurant, or some other situation where somebody who really is not involved in it jumps in and does the right thing, we appreciate that as a community. So I want to thank you on behalf of my coworkers. I'm going to present you with our version of a challenge coin. And Chief Mahan here has a few remarks, as well as Mayor Evans in just a few minutes. So thank you.
Thank you again. I'm going to be presenting you our challenge coin as well. Our challenge coin is very similar to what the fire department does. Ours is a little bit different. Ours, at the beginning of it, talks about our core values: professionalism, integrity, cooperation, and commitment. Always the cooperation with the community and the commitment to the community that we serve, okay? And on the back, it says, am I doing the right thing at the right time for the right reasons? And when we heard about what you had done and seen the video and so forth, hearing that you was able to leap into action and get down the hill and safely help to make sure that the medics were able to get the person safely up the hill, that's doing the right thing at the right time for the right reasons. And we appreciate your heroic efforts. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So,
Lucas, we just want to, the city just wants to thank you, like they both said, for being willing to step up and step in. We appreciate you taking action. I heard you're just home for a break from college, so thank goodness you were home.
can we have someone actually explain why Luke
Oh,
is being
I'm sorry,
recognized
yeah.
for those who are watching and may not understand why we're recognizing this
Yes,
young
we
gentleman
can.
today?
Lucas, do you want to share a little bit of the story? Or you want me to summarize? Go ahead.
Okay. So I was just out on a walk before dinner, just to get out before sunset. And I was walking back by Craig and that hill that's back there. And there was somebody yelling for help. And there was a lady. She was like a little ways down the hill, and she was yelling for help and screaming. So I got down to her and just real quickly was like, how are you? Are you okay? Are you hurt? Do you need help? And I just her dog was up on the ridge and somebody had stopped to get her dog, and I yelled up to them. At first, we didn't know if we needed like any emergency services to get her out, and I attempted to like get her up off the hill, but she couldn't really stand up or get herself up. She was too nervous, and she was elderly, so it was difficult for her. They ended up calling emergency services to try and get her up. Some of the people that were living right there had come out, and they were checking on the situation, and they had seen ways to get her out of the hill. And I thought it was best to just have her and sit with her while we waited for emergency services, so it didn't harm her getting up the hill. And I really just waited with her and sat with her until emergency services arrived. And
That was awesome. That was probably the best, that calming voice, that calming conversation. So we appreciate that. All right, another round of applause.
Thank you so much.
Would you like to come up for a picture? Yeah, come up for a picture. You can have your family come up as well. Everybody come up.
The whole family.
Oh, that's their family.
You want to stand up here?
What a
You
proud
guys want to stand down here?
moment.
Usually we're hidden, I think.
I know, yeah, they're too tall. We'll let them get in. Chief, go up, both of you, Chief. Why don't you guys get in? Mark? You guys get in, we'll take the picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chiefs, get in there with us.
I could
There
take
you
a
go.
picture.
Okay. Got it?
Janet.
Oh, you did it? You want to do the other?
Do yours, Mark?
Crew wanted to be in the picture too.
I'll get send it to him.
It was on the news.
Well, I don't know if they wanted to be, the crew was gonna be in the picture.
And that was on Craig Lane.
Nice Christmas.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Ben.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Uh-oh.
If only grown-ups would.
I will add, while they're returning to the scene, forward. The female was, she uninjured, got EM, and I think they actually transported her back to her home. And I believe, if I understood right, the neighbors took care of getting the dog home, so.
That's good.
Good outcome, that's what we were liking. So
Yes,
thank you
for
for
sure.
Thank you for taking a few minutes of the council meeting to recognize his work.
Thank you. All right, that takes us to proceedings. Do I have a motion to approve the council minute proceedings from December 20th meeting?
So move.
Second.
Ms. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Parrish?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
And we have financial statements. Do I have a motion to adopt the November 2022 finance report?
So move.
Second.
Ms. Russell?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
Mr. Parrish?
Yes.
Ms. Evans?
Yes.
Ms. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
All right, that takes us to public comments. Is there anyone from the public that would like to make a comment? All right, seeing none, that takes us to committee reports, which we don't have any, so that takes us to city manager report. Mr. Dawes.
Thank you, Mayor. A few updates for council and the public this evening. Good news, Garfield Avenue is now open to traffic. The contractor is working to clean up some of the surrounding public areas near the property, particularly the sidewalk, but it is walkable, it's passable. We do need to let you know that the road will be closed at a later date for water and sanitary sewer hookups at the other end where the housing development is going, but we're a little ways off from that, so we can all breathe a little easy. Hopefully it's not closed for a month like the last time. 5 Points Landing Park update. DER, if you haven't noticed, is moving construction equipment on the site this week for the upcoming park project. There has been a little bit of a delay because of costs. So the park completion date, we were hoping to have that done by Labor Day weekend. It looks like it's going to be a little closer to the end of September, unfortunately. Just want to let everyone know in the public, we'll be doing the State of the City 22-23 year. a little preview of what we're doing in 2023 and a little bit of review of last year. That is scheduled for February the 7th, regular council meeting. No standing committee meetings at this time. Just a few reminders. January 11th is a planning commission meeting at 6. January 16th, City Hall will be closed in observance of Martin Luther King Jr., the holiday. And our next regularly scheduled council meeting will be January the 17th. Is not at 6 o'clock. That's at 7. So not going to give you an hour on that one. So a little typo on my behalf.
All right,
That's
thank you.
all.
Thank you very much. That takes us to, I'm guessing, no police report. So fire and EMS, or is there a police report?
No police report.
A police report, okay. Fire and EMS. Chief Baird.
I mean, I get Jamie's time too?
Yeah.
Just a few things. First off, I want to thank the Cooper family, the Roth family, and the Du Bois family, all for hosting stopovers on our Santa Sunday on December 18th. That's a pretty big deal, especially as cold as it was that day, as well as the fact that, quite frankly, sometimes Santa Claus has to take a break. And so we appreciate the hospitality always extended by the Cooper and Du Bois families, and the Roth families kind of jumped in at the last minute. Our normal stop had a scheduling conflict, so we were able to find a house where we could crash the party, and we appreciate that very much. I also want to take just a couple of minutes to congratulate several of my employees for completing various training classes. First off, Tessa Clifton and Aaron Young. Aaron Young is one of our career employees, Tessa one of our part-time. Both of them completed the one-year paramedic training program. Tessa from Cincinnati State and Aaron Young from Cincinnati Fire Department's program. Both of those students were their $10,000 or so tuition was paid for by one of the FEMA Assistance to Firefighters grants that was obtained by the department sometime back. Colin Wisman, one of our part-time employees, completed the fire safety inspector class with me. I teach through Brown Claremont Career Center, and I do fire safety inspector classes, so basically I'm teaching fire safety inspectors how to be fire safety inspectors. And my son Alex Baird completed his basic emergency rescue training and was accepted and became a member of the Hamilton County Urban Search and Rescue Team. To my knowledge, that may be our first member of a USAR team. And so he completed the year-long basic emergency rescue training. Connor Brown and Carly Eggemeyer, both those are students at the Cincinnati State Community College Fire Science Fire Technology program. Both of them completed their Firefighter 1-2 class, which is the professional certification, and work for us part-time. Both of them hoping, I'm certain, to somewhere along the way become career firefighters. So I wanted to mention all of those. We do, as you know, you hear it over and over again, a tremendous amount of training throughout the year. We've been very fortunate with grants. We've been very fortunate with the money that we're given to do training, as well as the money, for example, from the American Legion and the Masonic Lodge that was raised for both us and the police department. That money, that fundraiser, when initiated, was that was really directed to be towards training needs for both the police and the fire department, and we very much invest in the training of our employees, and that will help us get some of them through other training that we would like to see them complete. So I'm a huge proponent of firefighter education, and it's great to be given the opportunity by the city and by my board to be able to invest that kind of money in our employees, because it has a tenfold effect on the service that we can provide back to the community. So I appreciate, ultimately I appreciate the council's support through the contract with the community fire department. So are there any questions for the community fire department? It looks like we had about 200 more runs in 2022 than we were flatlined at about 2,000. For some reason, we had about a 200 detail spike. Maybe an anomaly, but and I can't really explain why. I know that everybody's busy, so it may be just simply that the calls on the emergency services, both law enforcement and ourselves overall, are going up for whatever reason societally. I just appreciate the support, and I hope that I hope our community realizes what a fortunate community is to have the kind of money invested in its emergency services that it has invested in. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for keeping us safe. That takes us to council comments. Anybody on council have comments?
I just wanted to thank all the residents and the business owners that decorated this year. Our city just sparkled downtown and all over the place, and it was just beautiful. So
Yeah, I agree.
it was greatly appreciated,
Yes.
all the pretty lights.
Thank you. All right, that takes us to new business, which the one thing I have is our committees appointments, since it's the beginning of the year. Ms. Russell expressed an interest in going to Public Services because that's a committee that she has not been on before. So if it's okay with Mr. Parrish, I was thinking we could just flop you two.
Sure.
Since you're new and you really haven't been on that committee yet anyway. Is that okay with everybody else? And then I guess at our first meeting, we'll figure out the chairs because we vote on chair as committee. So whenever those committees meet, we'll figure out the chairs. And then Mr. Parrish also said that he'd be willing to, because we've talked several times about getting Parks and Rec going again. So if we do, that he would be willing to be the council rep for that.
Yes. Yeah, it's a great idea.
All right, anything else? All right, no ordinances and resolutions. So if you pick tonight to come for your meeting, you're lucky. It's a short one. So do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second?
Mayor Evans?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Russell?
Yes.
Mr. Parrish?
Yes.
Ms. Cooper?
Yes.
Mr. Redmond?
Yes.
Ms. Chamberlain?
Yes.
All right, thank you all for coming. If you need something signed for National Honor Society, we can sign it. So thank you.